Came, but it wasn't the same at all. The animals confessed that something was wrong. There had been a drought, then a flood, then the flowers didn't bud. The groundhog shadow was too long. Be-Yon-Der, last night. Be-Yon-Der, beginning of it. Be-Yon-Der, up the twilight flight. Be-Yon-Der, the winter had carved his brand deep within the land, leaving the earth band and bare. The soil could no longer yield the vast acres of field it had yielded in the previous year. Be-Yon-Der, first day. Spring sky hung overhead, tinted a copper, crimson, red, streaked with jagged shades of black. The horizon seemed to absorb it, suspending the sun from its orbit, while from the ground it appeared to be cracked. Be-Yon-Der, 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 dense blankets of smog hovered over East City like a fog, making the clouds appear dull and gray. And none of the birds had returned from their winter sojourn to welcome this strange spring day. Be-Yon-Der, 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 the fixed stars and constellations had unmoored from mere fixations and altered their shapes and course. Time stood still, motion was new, and mankind was at a loss. Be-Yon-Der, 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 each month had grown shorter by the lunar quarter, and the rain no longer fell. The moon's pull became stronger as the nights grew longer, and the days seemed hot as hell. Be-Yon-Der, 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 Be-Yon-Der. The world was in a perpetual state of war and had lost track of the score, and the struggle between the weak and the strong. The conflict had been intense and filled with the gross violence of the righteous and their opposition to the wrong. Be-Yon-Der, Be-Yon-Der, there was raping and looting, violence and shooting till the blood hung red in the streets. Discord and strife had become a way of life, and each episode was all repeats. Last Be-Yon-Der, soon the distant grumbling of mountains crumbling could be heard for miles around, and the splitting of dirt caused by cracks in the earth made a deafening roaring sound. Be-Yon-Der, beginning of the end. Be-Yon-Der, up the twilight flight. Be-Yon-Der, then the seas began to boil and thrash about in turmoil, flooding all the surrounding terrain. This caused the poles to shift and set icebergs adrift, blockading world shipping lanes. Be-Yon-Der, 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 up the twilight flight. Be-Yon-Der, volcanic eruptions then belched forth destruction, and wild animals fled in fright. Tropical islands split bit by bit, and deserts froze overnight. Forest fires blaze and cities were razed from earthquakes, cyclones, and hail. Tidal waves and typhoons accompanied flash flooding monsoons, along with hurricanes, tornadoes, and gales. Be-Yon-Der, Be-Yon-Der, fish by the scores were washed up on the shores and were scorched as they lay in the sand, and all the insects had gathered as if nothing else mattered, began to ravage the land. Rats ran in packs, staging raids and attacks on anything edible they could find. Panic and hysteria spread along with plague and bacteria to unleash an epidemic upon mankind. Be-Yon-Der, 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 corpses piled high beneath the copper crimson sky, till a stench rose up above the clouds. A scavenger feast upon the remains of the deceased was enacted by the starved, crazed crowd. Be-Yon-Der, 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 Be-Yon-Der. and all the children's hair turned to gray. Salt tasted sweet in the sweltering heat, and you couldn't tell the night from the day. Be-Yon-Der, 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 in a remote subterranean retreat, they had all gathered to meet the last of men and gin. With the utmost discretion, they huddled in session to ponder this predicament they were in. This is it, we are through. There is nothing we could do, spoke up the leader of men. That is not so, said the gin. Are we not safe here within? Let us try to prolong our end. But it is much too hard to defy the will of God. We must all submit. For if we are doomed to die, then the least we could do is try not to do just the opposite. Nay, said the gin, are we not kith and kin? Why must it end right here? We should try to escape and avoid this fate and conquer a new frontier. Come, let us take our place out there in space, out there among the stars. Before our efforts become void and we are totally destroyed when Pluto conjuncts Neptune and squares Mars. Nay, but fear not, man, for I have devised a plan that's designed to save us all. And we have summoned the prefect of ecological defect whom we feel can check our fall. His name is Sir Mannequin, an android gin programmed in the Netherlands. He can deduct and deduce, manufacture and produce, and he's made in the likeness of a man. He has cunning and guile and is versatile and can adapt to any kind of situation. And neither heat nor cold can affect his control or cause his deterioration. He will outlive you and I. In fact, he can never physically die, being capable of duplicate reproductions from autonomous moving parts to cybernetic solar hearts, and he's been programmed to follow instructions. We are dispatching him to conduct a test and then notify us as to what the results manifest before we conclude our preparations to leave. And then if his information proves correct, we'll know what to expect and what our space unit vehicles can achieve. They can travel at the speed of sublight and are capable of indefinite flight anywhere within the universe. The only thing that we don't know is will our gravity let us go, and that is what we've got to find out first. But this, hopefully, we'll learn upon some mannequin's return along with the results of environmental treks. Meanwhile, we'll survey the scene with our teleport beam, and from there, decide what he should do next. Well, we opt to decline, said man. We'd rather return to the land where at least we can die in peace. You see, we stopped living in fear of what lies out there since the sun stopped rising in the east. And so be it, said the gin, it's your skin. Just remember, there's no way you can come out of this alive. Only a fool would rather die than to give up without a try, not to fight for the chance to survive. However, there's still a little time for you to change your mind and leave with us instead. But this is your last chance to reverse your stance before you condemn yourselves to the dead.